Yo, what's up everyone? This video is about the Gooser challenge, which is the major roadblock to progression at Generation 5. First, I'm going to discuss a few strategies for completing the Gooser challenge. Now, I've completed the challenge, and I apologize, but I don't have a whole lot of gameplay of it to share. The gameplay that you're seeing is simply a hodgepodge of gameplay that I've recorded that I don't plan on using for any other videos. The main focus here is simply to give you guys all the strategies that I know and love to finish this challenge for yourself. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about getting Gooser kills as a pilot. So one of the most effective loadouts that I've used is a smart pistol with an RE45 auto pistol secondary. Everything else about the loadout is your choice, but I personally prefer stim and the sidewinder, as well as power cell. I like to try to kill grunts ASAP and switch the auto pistol for the grunt's carbine. Now this isn't a big deal, but it's happened to get me a couple of goose kills, and I'll explain how soon. One of the most effective methods of getting these kills is to rodeo a Titan, doom it with the auto pistol, switch to the smart pistol, and get your kill and the resulting ejection. So you don't have to keep mashing left click with the smart pistol, you know, just switch to your auto pistol and get the job done. A little slower, but it does just fine. If you see that kill right there, that was one of my favorite goose kills. That guy used auto ejection, which caused him to cloak, and I already had a charge rifle charge going, and I just decided, you know, screw it, let's just take a shot, and, you know, I happen to get it. So that was one of my favorite ones. But anyways, with the smart pistol method, you know, dooming a Titan, getting them to eject, and then using the smart pistol to kill them in midair is very situational, and you're kind of really praying that you can actually, you know, manage to get a lock on them fast enough. A lot of times, you know, even if they don't cloak, you're not going to get that lock until really close to the ground, and it's really hairy sometimes. But really, sometimes it's not all that plausible to rodeo a Titan and eject with it, which is where the carbine you got off a grunt can come in handy. It'll give you a fighting chance of getting a Gooser kill the quote-unquote legitimate and intended way, by shooting at your opponent while they're far out of range of the smart pistol. While effective, these methods aren't always the best, and there's a third that people don't talk about, which I want to let you in on. The real, most effective loadout is simple: a lead wall, EVA-8 shotgun, and an auto pistol, again with everything else at your discretion. We don't want to do the same thing with the loadout as we do with the smart pistol, necessarily, which is pray that they don't cloak. With this loadout, we really don't care either way. When you eject with a pilot while using an EVA-8 shotgun, the enemy is almost always going to appear slightly below you and in front of you. 99% of the time, they're going to be in front of you and below you. I would estimate about 15 degrees below horizontal. With your lead wall shotgun, you can just start spraying in the general direction of them until they die. Oftentimes, when you know where to look for your enemies, they can still be spotted even through cloak. It took me until I got about 45 Gooser kills to realize that, hey, they're always spawning below and in front of me every single time. I don't need to be like looking left and right and praying to find them. They're always in front and below. So you need to keep that in mind, because that would have saved me a whole bunch of time and gotten me kills a whole lot faster. So as long as you use this to your advantage, you can maximize your kills in no time. Next is Gooser kills while you're in the Titan. You have two hit scan weapon choices here: the XO16 and the arc cannon. Personally, I prefer the arc cannon for a few reasons. First and foremost, as long as it's charged up enough, which is easy to react to ejects and do, it's a one-shot gig. It's very forgiving and seems to work extremely well on ejecting pilots. My aim isn't quite so great, so I don't always really like to use the XO16 chain gun, just because I can get a couple of hits, but it never seems to be enough to kill, and that would always frustrate me. Otherwise, with the arc cannon, there's not a whole lot else to say here. You simply charge and fire, and be wary that there's a range limit on the arc cannon. Finally, I want to discuss some of the crazier methods of getting Gooser kills. These range from very situational to very practical, and are all important to know. to maximize your chances of finishing this challenge as quickly as possible. I'm going to rattle these off rapid fire, as not a whole lot of explanation is really needed for each. First, as you should already know, Satchel Charges follow your momentum when thrown. This means that if you're mostly moving forward and up, your Satchel Charge follows. Use this to your advantage when using the rodeo method. You can toss a Satchel Charge straight in front of you, detonate it, and get your goose. You are obviously liable to kill yourself, but that's more than worth it in this case. Another trick comes from using the arc cannon indoors. If a Titan is doomed indoors and the pilot uses auto-eject, you can leverage it to your advantage very easily. This works because there is a brief moment during the ejection where the pilot is clear of the Titan, but the Titan is still standing around waiting to explode. During this time, it is actually possible to bounce a properly charged arc cannon shot off of the Titan and have it arc directly to the pilot and kill them. I've never managed to do this outdoors, but I've gotten 3 out of 50 kills this way indoors because pilots hit the ceiling and are closer to their Titans for a much longer time. Leveraging all these tactics that I've told you to your advantage will surely up your game and get you one step closer to the coveted Generation 6. In conclusion, the best or only real methods for accomplishing this challenge are as follows. Rodeo with a smart pistol, rodeo with a shotgun. When you're in a Titan, aim at the sky and pray that they don't use cloak, and just hope that you can get a kill with the XO16 and arc cannon, which isn't terrible. You know, once you practice it and get good at it, it's not that bad. Air satchels and lucky arc cannon bounces indoors. So I hope you guys found this video informative, and please let me know in the comments section below if you found any other methods that work just as well as these. Anything to help players get this challenge would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay.